Can you just focus, please? Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Focus, Please. I'm your host, Taylor Frost, and I'll be honest, today we have a little bit of an interesting, different episode. So I'm just going to jump right into it. The short and skinny of it is we had some major technical difficulties again. This time, unfortunately, they were unsalvageable. So, this episode, episode 4, was originally filmed with the fabulous Miss Bridget Wright, and half of the podcast, poof, gone in cyberland, in cyberspace, somewhere where I cannot retrieve. I cried twice. It was a whole ordeal. I was up until 3:30 in the morning trying to fix this when it was all happening. And I already have a couple of recovery programs. So, a lot of us in the digital data world, we usually have a data recovery program. And if you don't, you should invest and look into one. Better safe than sorry. Generally, everyone runs into a data recovery problem at one point in their life. Business or not, it's just good to have. But that's just me preaching, me and the tech world and the tech side of my brain. So I ran a couple of different data recovery programs, and I keep saying we is me. I am the production crew. So it was me crying, my multiple personalities over here. So one of my personalities was crying. The other one was that meme or that episode from SpongeBob where they look inside his brain and it's everyone's running around and it's fire and papers are flying everywhere. That was my brain at about 3:30 in the morning when all of this was happening. But yep, ran the data recovery program a few different ways, a few different programs, and I was only able to recover half of the podcast episode with Bridget. So, the second half of this podcast, we are going to jump in with her, but I wanted to cover the ground on a couple of things. I'm going to take a quick break and a quick breather because this is a big one for me. It's emotional. Now, this experience has truly been a learning curve and a learning lesson. I'm pretty fortunate where I've been in the tech world for, gosh, this is crazy to say out loud, but about half my life. So, yeah, half my life. That's crazy. Whoa, I am 32 and I started working with tech and tech programs and technology and more of that side of things when I was about 14. So that's some crazy math to put out there. But I put that in perspective because I'm pretty good with this. Now, I am in no way a tech expert. There are still times when I need to get on phone with IT. Adobe's support system has saved my ass so many times. They're really awesome. They can remote in and help with things. So there's some things that are above my level. But that being said, I am pretty tech savvy more than your average user. I am the tech person in our house. It's funny because a lot of people assume it's going to be my fiance. And I think that's just a stereotype, for the longest time. Actually, don't quote me on this because I could be wrong. For the longest time, it felt like, and it was true, but the tech industry was very male dominated. I don't know if that's true now. I don't have my computer nearby to fact check. I feel like it's still probably true. So I think there is a stereotype when it comes to tech and who's the most knowledgeable one. If people are going to be looking at me or my fiance, they tend to look to him first. But, oh, are they wrong? I am the tech wizard in our house. It's it's become a little running joke sometimes too. But that being said, I was shocked that this stumped me. I really was hopeful for a little bit of time that we were going to be able to recover the whole thing. But you know what? I will take half. That's better than nothing. Again, I of course call my fiance crying. I'm a mess. I'm like, I lost it. I don't know what to do. La, 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 la. He's so used to decoding my crazy crying brain. It's like trying to figure out what a toddler's ordering. And you know how the mom like understands what the toddler's saying? That's my fiance with me when I'm like a blubbering, crying mess. Yeah, so I'm the more tech savvy one, and this one stumped me. But yeah, we were able to get half of it, which is better than nothing. But when I called my fiance, he was actually, this is just how good this man is. He's so supportive and helpful. He starts telling me about these big podcasters and podcasts that he listens to, that we listen to and love. And he was telling me episodes of theirs where they had technical difficulties and they just called it out and said it is what it is. And when all this was going on, I even was verbally saying out loud to him while I was crying, was trying not to let it affect me because I am that person. I tend to catastrophize situations. My psychiatrist told me so. So if you don't know what that means basically it's not as dramatic. I mean, when you say, when I first heard it, I thought, are you calling me dramatic? But when they explained it to me, or my she explained it to me, it made a little bit more sense. But essentially what happens is it's just the way that your brain will go into fight or flight mode in certain situations, and usually in situations that you don't need to be, but your brain just catastrophizes it and makes it this big problem, bigger than it probably needs to be. So that is something that I have been working on. And I have been trying to just bring myself back down to earth and tether myself back down when I notice that I'm getting into those catastrophizing tailspins. So my fiance was being the blessing of a sweet soul that he is, and is trying to bring me back down to earth by giving me these relatable points of how these things happen, and they happen with other people bigger than me. And at the same time, I am out loud rehearsing to myself, it's okay, like, you're going to make it through this. It's not the end of the world. Those are things that I actually have to rehearse to myself out loud a lot of times now in my 30s with certain situations. And it sounds crazy, but it freaking helps. And I used to be embarrassed and thought, oh God, this is so silly. Like, if anyone ever hears me or sees me, they're going to think I'm crazy. But honestly, I don't care because it does help. So I was able to bring myself back down to earth a little bit. And I came to the realization, yeah, it is what it is. It's a technical difficulty. We're going to keep rolling on. I love Bridget to death. We are going to have her back on this podcast. Absolutely. And you still get to listen to most of the good stuff that we talked about, which is her new business venture, which again, we're going to splice into that. But before we jump in, I want to give y'all some context because the first half of the podcast was mostly us talking about my wedding, because Bridget is one of the brilliant designers in the floral team that is working on our wedding and that portion of our wedding. So that was a big talk of the first half of the podcast, which is missed. I won't bore you with all of it. I will bring up some details because it does loop back in the second half, and I don't want everyone to be really confused. So, this next segment is just going to be a little bit of just me chatting wedding. And if you don't want to hear it, fast forward and then you'll get to the good stuff, which is Bridget. But yes, so for those of you that don't know, I'm just going to give the whole overview. I'm like, why not? Who, maybe someone cares, maybe someone doesn't. I'm going to take a big sip of my Celsius. Maybe I just want to talk about it. And I think that's all that really matters. So here we go. So, some of you listening probably will know this. I'm so sorry if this is repetitive, but I am getting married to my person on October 3rd of this year. If you didn't hear before, yes, he is also named Taylor. I will be taking questions on that on a different episode. But there's a lot of planning going on. We have a couple of things that are a little bit more unique about our wedding, I would say. One of the things that we did was we are doing an Airbnb instead of a traditional wedding venue. Now, the Airbnb route has some pros and cons. We're going to get into that a little bit because this is something that I have been preaching a little bit more lately because I think it is a viable option that people don't consider enough, but it is a big undertaking. So stick with me here. Some of the pros and cons, I'll just give you a few so we don't go into a tangent here with my ADHD brain, but probably some of the bigger pros and cons that you're going to have with a traditional venue versus a thing like an Airbnb. First is probably going to be the cost. Generally, a traditional venue is going to cost more than an Airbnb, but there's a reason for that. And that is part of the pros and cons. And that has to do with some of that all inclusive portion of it. And it even gets more nitty gritty into insurance, permits, things like that. So, if you're willing to take the big undertaking of an Airbnb, and I say it's a big undertaking because generally you are bringing in catering, you are bringing in bathroom services, because you're going to have all these people. You want like those extra nice potty thrones, whatever, they all have different words for them. The nice porta potties. My Boston side's coming out. The nice porta potty shittas, that you see at the weddings. Yeah, you want those. But also, again, insurance, event insurance. Then you usually need permits for things like the tent. If you're getting a tent, you're going to need rentals for the tent. You're going to need chairs. There's so much to think about that is usually included and all wrapped into a more traditional, like brick and mortar, it stays there venue than an Airbnb rental. But some of the pros on the Airbnb rental side, or Verbo, which is actually who we're going through, is sometimes, I'll say sometimes, not all, it can be cheaper. And some of the other pros, maybe cons, depending how you look at it, which I loved, was more customization. And I had a little bit more say so in it, which is why we went that route. Well, there was a lot of reasons, but anyways, it worked out for us. We are doing a Airbnb Verbo that we have rented on the water down in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. And florals is a big subject because I am not doing what most probably think of when they think of florals, or what I would say is the more traditional bride. And that was the conversation that Bridget and I got into a lot in the first half because she does flowers and she knows everything flowers and she's fabulous and she has such a good aesthetic and creative eye for cool and funky things. And it's why we just jive and get along so well. So I'll let you guys know in the secret. I guess I won't gatekeep this one, but I am not doing a bouquet. I have been against a bouquet for as long as I can think about me thinking about my own wedding. I'll be honest, I'm not even really much of a dress girl. Regular, like, right, like regular day to day. If it's a nice summer day, a dress won't always be my go-to. So wearing a dress already feels a little funky, and the bouquet just felt unnatural for me to hold. Now, I do see the beauty of the bouquet in the personals. That's another thing we talked a lot about is personals. I didn't understand the difference between personals and bouquets at first. And maybe that's in the second half. Who knows? Who cares? Anyways. um where was I going on my tangent? Yes, so the bouquets. I have never been a fan of just standing holding a bouquet. Now, this is going to sound funny. I don't think it looks awkward because I photograph couples with bouquets all the time and they're not awkward with it. I personally feel like I am awkward. I am not a green thumb. I'm trying to be, I'm really not. So, like, florals just never were a part of my life and it didn't make sense. Again, since as long as I've thought about my wedding. So I wanted to do something different and I knew that I wanted to do probably just a purse instead. And I was thinking I was just going to do a cute little purse and a clutch because to me, that feels more natural, right? Like the few times I am out wearing a dress, I'm usually out at an event or a dinner or a date or whatever it is, and I have my cute little clutch with me. So to me, it made more sense and it felt more natural with the dress to be holding a clutch or a bag or a purse. Now, luckily for me, I swear I was a trendsetter. I've had this plan for a long time, but in the past few years, purse floral designs for weddings have become very popular, or they're starting to really gain some momentum. Another thing that we've been seeing lately is like lilies and calla lilies. You often see them, they have the really long stems and they'll be drooped, and people will hold them almost like they're holding, I can't even think of the word right now. I'm not even going to try with y'all. I'll be honest. I'm gonna take a sip of this caffeine and I ain't even gonna fucking try to find the word. But, anyways, it's getting trendy, right? So, luckily for me, there's some more options now. But of course, I didn't want to be a trend stealer. I wanted to be a trend setter. So, Bridget and I are working on something a little funky and different for the purse florals. And another thing that I'm doing different, which we're debating on how we're going to do florals with, or just going to be fun for me, I have decided to do a different clutch at different parts of the day. So I have a different clutch for the nighttime, like party part of the reception versus the ceremony versus earlier in the day. Like that was my thing, was clutches. So, yeah, that was a lot of the conversation that we had in the beginning, was just wedding talk. And the wedding talk, I'll be honest, I'm getting a little giddy because I just opened my Zola app and we are like basically 6 months away at this point, which is fucking nuts. It's fucking nuts. I'm going to chug this Celsius because it's fucking nuts. It's crazy. I feel like this is a long time coming. We essentially gave ourselves a year and a half. So, which I would say is average for most peeps, is like a year and a half. But because I've been planning it for a little bit, it just kind of feels like, okay, I'm ready. But then at the same time, I'm like, damn, it's right around the corner. That's crazy. But I'm in a weird pickle too because I work in this industry. So I ran into the problem where the reason we planned out our wedding so far in advance was we both work in the wedding industry. So it makes it really hard to plan a wedding when 6 months out of the year we are working like mad, and we're working 78 80 hours a week sometimes, between one of us, two of us, both of us. Like it's crazy. I mean, like 70 80 hours each between, like it's crazy, the this life that we love and live that we live, laugh, love, cry, die, the wedding industry. But it makes it really hard to do anything. So that's why we don't really have a social life in the summer. We have more of our social life in the winter. That's when we do our date nights. We're really good about catching up on date nights in the winter. We like to go to comedy shows because there's not much else to do in Boston in the winter, but comedy shows thrives here in New England in the winter. So we like stack up our schedule. We go on our fun dinner dates and go to a comedy show. It works out well. But I can't believe it's here. Oh God, anyways, I'm getting so excited. But anyways, yeah. So us working in the wedding industry can make things really hard. So fun little story to give you a little context here. I had a call with one of my brides, my 2026 brides. Hannah, I doubt you are watching this or listening to this, but if you are, hi girl. And we were just catching up. I like to check in with my peeps and make sure a couple months out, how are we doing? How's the timeline? All that kind of good stuff. And Hannah brought up how she saw a reel of mine. And in the reel, I was working on my favors for people. And her wedding is actually about a week before mine, I think. She's like days before me. If not, yeah, just about, no, I think she's actually just a week. Yeah, she's a week exactly before ours. And she was saying, she was like, I saw you doing your favors. I haven't even done my favors yet. Like, what? Whoa. And I've been trying to tell people, because a lot of people have reached out to me, especially my couples who are following my journey too. They're like, oh my God, I feel like you have so much ahead of time. One, this is not the norm. I'm the most type B fucking messy person, procrastinator in the world. This is the only thing I've ever been type A with in my life. But that's because, like, I know this. This is my industry, right? But the second thing, numero dos is that I really had to get things done by a certain time because I won't have time to work on it elsewise. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So basically, for example, our wedding is the first weekend of October of this year. For me and my sanity, have to have most of my stuff done, honestly, by like May. Because May, June, July, August, September, I am going to be working like crazy. I'm not going to have time to sit and make favors or do the seating chart or do everything else. So there have been a lot of boxes coming in the last few weeks. There's been a lot of projects been going on. But yeah, we purposely planned to have our wedding spaced out because we knew that was going to be better for us with our schedules financially. We also just wanted to enjoy it a little bit, having the engaged life and being in that era. But now we are fastly approaching being husband and wife. And most days it's like normal, but then some days it hits me. We were on the couch the other night and I like literally was like, "You're gonna be my husband." And I like started like running around and having the zoomies in the living room. It's just wild. It's wild. And yes, for those who have asked, for those who don't know, because we have the same name, I am hyphenating. That was a decision that I made for a couple of reasons, mainly for the business as well. I have such a I've built this business and this brand and my identity, and it didn't feel right changing it. I do see some people who changed their name or rebranding with a marriage or a divorce or whatever it may be. It just not something that I wanted to do. I did highly debate it. But with us both having the first same name, honestly, it makes more sense so I can we need some sort of differentiating factor, right? Like there needs to be something with mail or friggin' IRS or whatever. Like we need a little bit of differentiating. So I am going hyphenated. That is also so I still can share my last name with my baby Callie. And I haven't talked about her too much yet, but if that is something that people are interested in, I am willing to talk about it. It is just a very sensitive and very deep dive because it's special needs and it has to do with some of the laws and stuff in New Hampshire and everything. Again, I'm happy to talk about it. It is actually very fascinating if you don't know about it, all the intricacies in that system, but let me know if you're interested. I will go on a deep dive of Callie and that wonderful baby girl. But now we are going to jump into the next segment, which is you finally get to be introduced. Oh, did you hear that? That was my shoulder. Okay, now that I'm falling apart, I'm going to jump off of this and we're going to get into the real podcast or half of it. But we have with us nope, that's not English. Joining with us, we have Bridget Wright. She is with Sunshine Marketplace. She is a fabulous florist, a creative entrepreneur. She is your go-to girl for anything flowers, and I hope you enjoy the chat with us because she's one of my favorite humans. We're back. Okay. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about this new venture you're on. So actually, I'll start with you just chatting about it. Tell me as much as you can say, you want to say, what is this new venture that you're going on?
Okay, so it's a studio spot.
Yeah.
So excited. It's in Kingston.
Woo,
Sunshine
Kingston.
Marketplace in Kingston.
Kingston,
So
South
excited.
Shore. Yes.
One of my best friends from high school, which is actually when I started in the floral industry at 14. Crazy.
Whoa, I didn't realize you started that young.
I had the privilege of being in a vocational program.
Oh, nice.
And they had horticulture and floral design.
Whoa.
So it was great. The first 2 years I was there, we had a great teacher. She was fantastic, and she just kind of let us do whatever we wanted. My favorite time was when we did a whole ikebana style arrangement. We had a lesson on ikebana.
Whoa.
And we got the most insane birds of paradise, ginger. We didn't get any anthurium. That would have started my love. I would have never not been gone into the floral industry. I would have saw that and been that's for me. callas, pincushion, protea, spider protea. It was like super fun and funky, and I'd never really like seen anything like that, but also kind of like designed in such a sculptural, interesting way with so many interesting looking florals.
Yeah.
I was obsessed.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I started there in high school. I worked in Duxbury at Consider the Lilies under my boss, Sarah. Love you.
Sarah, if you're watching.
No, thank you so much. Because I was like a teenager. I was 15 years old. I was thrifting with my mom at the place next door.
Shout out thrifting.
So much fun. Honestly, I found a Louis Vuitton bag. Still have her to this day.
What?
I found a Louis
That's
Vuitton
a good
bag.
one.
Like,
yeah.
She's worth at least like, she's worth a pretty penny now. I'll send you a picture, but
that will be our next venture too. I would love to have like a
thrifty.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll have a thrift day.
Absolutely.
I'm so down for that. But anyways, keep
found a Louis Vuitton bag, saw a florist across the street, and I said, "Oh, Mom," which mind you, my mom wasn't like a huge fan, like didn't really understand like the creative aspect or being like an artist and actually getting paid to be an artist.
Oh, we have so much more in common than I thought. Okay, sorry, keep going.
No, literally, we need a whole other episode on that.
A mother who doesn't support your creative endeavors? What is that?
From a small, closed-minded town. So, mind you, when I saw this florist shop, because I did not want to work at fucking McDonald's. No, I was like, I am not destined to do this. I made it 2 months
at McDonald's, okay? And then I was like, I'm out.
I wouldn't even walk in the door. I was like,
it's bad.
I could never. I'm a diva.
It's hard.
I want to be a florist. So I walked in. She was like, Sarah goes, I'm not really hiring right now. And I was like, well, I'm a high schooler. Like, I'm in my floral design.
Free labor? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, no, she started me at $8 an hour.
Yeah, minimum wage probably, yeah.
Back then. Now it's like...
honestly, it's the same. The sad thing is it's like $5, like 5 cents more.
No, literally. I'm like, that's crazy. And yeah, so I started in the floral industry. I had a co-op opportunity. So like the last 2 hours of school when I was supposed to be in shop, I just went and worked at the floral shop.
So you've been live, breathe, sleep flowers for most of your life.
No, I had a break.
Oh, that's right.
Unsupportive mother.
Yes.
I had to go into the medical field.
So for those who don't know, Bridget is me from an alternate universe, and we've just collided because we literally have almost the same exact life and story in so many ways. But yes, that's right. You had your medical venture as well.
Yes. So I had like a quick little like spiral out of like,
That's the best way to call it.
I'm this age, I can't be doing this career forever. Like, I need to explore. There's no way, but also like not a supportive family that saw it as an actual revenue stream.
Yes. Oh my God.
Which is so crazy because we live in like a society that is literally like shaming the arts. So like, no, you can't do that. No,
which is weird because it shames the arts as equally as it glorifies influencers, which is essentially almost an art form in its own weird way.
We're resurfacing again.
Yeah.
Like, now that
you're only resurfacing if you have social media.
Yeah.
Everyone has to be.
Well, you have to be on the freaking internet.
That's what we were talking
like, findable
about.
And stuff like that. I was just posted. If anybody wants to go check out Sunshine Marketplace's Facebook and Instagram, give me a little follow. BMW Floral, FLORALDES. On Instagram. Sorry, I just had to slide in.
No, that's okay. I usually ask it at the end, but you beat me to it, which is honestly perfect. But yeah, but no, that's we were talking. I was talking. Geez, I've talked to everyone about this. It's pretty much a very reoccurring theme in conversation. Is that nowadays, if you have a business of any sorts, you have to have an online presence and personality. 100%. It's part of the game at this point, and I think the companies that aren't. I shouldn't say this, but I think there's very few companies that are doing it and are surviving. You know what I mean? Like, you see all the old school companies now have a social media presence, like even friggin' Wendy's and like all these, any major company has like an online profile at this point. So
I love the smaller businesses that are doing it though, that are kind of like creating their own.
Like me trying to make fake cocaine videos in my living room.
No, literally. I'm like, you also talk about this too, like following trends and stuff like that. Like, do your own thing. And I think that's part of the thing that was so scary, especially post-COVID. Before COVID, I feel like we didn't have this retreat to social media and stuff like that. But
this is such a great point. Talk on it. Yeah.
like now that we have COVID, like you build your first relationships with businesses or anything like that on social media. You look at the reviews, you look at their page. Oh, they have an Instagram. Oh, that's great. Oh my God, they have a TikTok. That's crazy. What is this? Like, I'm going to use Lambert's as an example because they're a deli market, kind of like floral center around here. They have this great deli, and they go in and they do sandwich of the day or most ordered sandwich or weirdest one of the day, and that the owner tries it.
Oh, that's a good one. See, I love that. I'd watch that.
Yeah, I'd watch that, and now I want to go get that sandwich.
Yeah, that's great marketing. Yeah.
Like, that's, oh my God, the freaking chicken Caesar salad wrap.
Ooh. Oh, don't even get me started, because my guilty pleasure, I got 2 of them last week, and it almost became an addiction and a problem if I ordered 3. Have you ever had Wegmans chicken Caesar on a ciabatta with bacon in it?
No, but that sounds amazing.
Oh my God. Literally, it'll be the death of me.
But it's so crazy because they all do their own take on it. And like, it's not just a regular chicken Caesar salad. Right. It's on a ciabatta with bacon, or like it's that kind of stuff. And that's like, they're taking their own twist on it and going viral. Like the whole, it blows up every summer. Yeah, that's a good idea. Are on my For You page.
That's a good idea.
Because I'm not looking on Google anymore or like anything like that. If I'm looking for coming food, to you. The algorithm is coming to me. I'm like, okay, where am I going to find the like trendiest or best or newest kind of up and coming places? And I'm going to look on social media.
Well, that's a good point too about it's hard because people like to follow the trends because they saw that it worked. So they see the formula and they say, oh, well, if I do that, I'm going to be successful. The problem is usually if you're trying to jump on the trend, it means you're too late. You already missed the boat. And I think that's something that people forget. The other thing that I had said in the last one, and again, my hot take, I'm going to shout this every chance I can. I'll look right at the camera when I say it. I truly think, and it doesn't matter what industry you're in, if you start to follow the trends too hard, you'll stifle your own creativity and it ends up hurting you. So a business that wants to keep following trends like a Caesar salad and doesn't get creative and make their own is going to end up stifling their business, hurting themselves in the foot because they're not going to be able to get the sales as well as the goat in the original. Like, you have to do something your own to stand out. I think every industry, whether you're in florals, whether you're in photography, like if you keep just following all the trends, 1, you're too late. You miss the boat. 2, you don't stand out. You're in a sea of everyone else. Like, if you want people to find you, you have to stand out in some certain way. Okay, sorry, that's my rant. I'm gonna rant that every single episode.
No, I'm here for it. I'm so here for it because like, you need to create your own identity. It's cool to kind of like start and kind of piggyback off of the knowledge that you have. But you still have to put your own hot take on it. Like, I'm so excited to do your personal flowers for your wedding.
I can't wait to see what you do.
I love it. Like, I'm such a visual person. Like, I love getting to know my brides and doing something funky for them because you don't always need a bouquet. You don't always need to buy that $200 piece. Like, you can do a couple different options or like find other ways. Like, I've done hair pieces. Which honestly, I love a hair piece. Like,
we can talk. That's been another hot topic. We haven't figured out what's going on with that yet.
I could do a really funky comb for you.
Because we think we're doing full down.
Okay.
How's that going to work with beach wind?
You need a pick to hold this back.
That's what I might do. Just like part.
Yeah, I'll make you a clip.
Hell yeah. See, so many options.
But also, I'm probably not going to use real floral for that. I'm probably going to use fake. Which makes another thing. You were talking about use of fake floral. In arrangements on your last episode. Honestly, I was listening to your last episode.
I like that people listen and do their homework beforehand.
You literally added me. I was like, she has to have me on the next episode because I'm a florist.
Called out. Yeah. Then I texted you. I'm like, what are you doing?
You're like, can we get this done in the next week? I was like, sure. How's 2 days? Got it.
Hey, can you come over now? You're like, sure.
Honestly, you texted me on my day off. I was like,
that was perfect. I know. I kind of feel bad though. I'm like, as if you had nothing else to do. Now you're just like stuck with me.
No, we're honestly having interesting conversation.
We are. We're vibing.
But also, I'm promoting a new business.
Yes.
So I was like, honestly, this is great. Like,
it's the best of all worlds.
We're trying to open like March 20th, mind you.
That's soon.
Yeah.
Yay.
Like a month from today.
Oh my god. Whoa. Sorry, that's one of those weird things. February is so quick. I'm like, no, it was just Valentine's. And I'm like, oh my god, you're right. It's
Literally.
oh my god.
And like
So
springtime
speaking
going
of
up.
this new shop, question for you. So it's a little different from obviously the venture that you were in previously. Maybe not completely, but in some aspects. What are you most excited that's going to be something different or creative that you get to do now that you haven't always like had the chance to do recently?
I get to pick and choose what I do and what I
Ooh.
design with.
Oh, that's a big thing. That's a huge. Oh, so you really do get more say now into your work.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And to have the studio space to work on it. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously we are going to have the retail location. I will be there.
Yep.
We're half produce. We're going to have indoor plants.
Wow.
I'm working on some skincare right now.
Ooh,
Organic,
okay.
homemade, locally made. Trying to find a couple of vendors for that. We have
Okay.
locally made seasonings and spices. Hippie Pilgrim.
Damn.
She has a crazy following. She even makes recipe videos with all of her seasonings, and I'm not sure
This
if you can
sounds
order online,
familiar.
but like just like come to Kingston. And
That sounds
just stop by.
familiar. I think I've seen, yeah.
Her business model,
Yeah.
she reached out to us after the boys posted that we were going to have this retail space open, and it was Sunshine Marketplace. We've gotten a lot of people reaching out in
Good. They're
general because it's
excited. Yeah.
already an established like area
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
business that we're kind of moving right next to, and it's our parent company. Like they're
Perfect.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great. She makes recipes with her spices. She's at a
Whoa.
lot of like local markets and open fairs and vendors and stuff like that. She's Plymouth based.
Yeah.
She's fantastic. If you want to come get
Wow.
any of her stuff, it'll be with us. We're gonna have olive oils, seasonings, salad
Mm.
dressings, fresh produce,
Speak
house
my
plants. I'm
language.
gonna try and sneak some crystals in there.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have a
I'm
whole
gonna shop in.
succulent area where you can build your own
Nice.
succulent garden.
What a fun. I'm like already thinking like how fun would that be for like a bachelorette night or a girls' night, like a sippin' build a succulent night, a sippin'
Exactly.
succulent night. That sounds so weird. A sippin' suck night.
Also, that'll
I
be
could
posted
see the
on my
marketing
social media. That'll
now.
be the after hours.
I see the marketing now. It just flows so well.
No,
Like, what a fun
I'm
idea. There's so
so
many
here
things you
for it.
could do.
I want to do classes. I want
Yeah.
to make a lot more of like you can come in this space and I'm here to share my knowledge with you.
Wish this was like everywhere because I think this is, and I'm not just saying this because I know you, like as someone who has seen the industry, as someone who is a 2026 bride going through it, this is honestly amazing. I wish there was more of these everywhere because I think this is truly
The
amazing.
fact that I started at 14 always trips people up because I'm like, hi,
She's like about to throw up.
I've kind of been here for 14 years, and I
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
like
like
most of your life. That's, I mean, it's like half of it, or like, yeah,
exactly. I'm like half of my life I was in this industry, and I did step out for a little bit, but
you're still in.
I've maintained
Yeah,
my knowledge and I still stayed in
yeah,
it. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
Christmas for the floral season is Christmas for the floral season.
yeah,
I will always most likely have like 3 or 4 jobs at that time.
yeah. Yep. No, everyone has their highs and lows this season. Yeah, that makes
Exactly.
sense. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do sea glass as a top coat on my orchids and succulents.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So instead of like the wood
You
chips or
should
like
get a
whatever I
sea
see,
glass
I
for your
would.
tablescapes.
I can't believe I mean, I'm sure I can get it because like
You can
even the
get the ice of
shells I
it.
got, yeah, like on Amazon.
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
I'm
That's
gonna
really
have to
cute of
find
you.
like a smaller kind of one. But
Well, so
yeah.
the other thing too that we have to incorporate that I totally forgot again, a little bit more wedding talk. I'm sorry. I might cut this part out. I haven't decided yet, but maybe people love the wedding talk. I don't know.
No, I love it because it's like you get to see how our brains work.
Yeah. And again, it's kind of maybe some people like this, some people don't, where like you see like a person in the industry who's planning it and you can kind of see some things that I'm doing different or the same maybe. But with our vendor, we're doing a clam bake. So
Okay.
they have buckets that they put on every table. So we're gonna have these silver buckets that are just on tables that have to be there. And I'm trying to figure out how we can spice them up a little bit.
Can you like paint the bucket? Do they supply the bucket?
I think it's theirs that they
Is
supply.
it cute?
I just like a silver. Honestly, it kind of looks like what you got.
I was gonna say,
It
I was
literally
like, is it
looks
the
just
same as
like
mine?
those. Quite literally just looks just like those. There's gonna be like basically like one in the middle of every table so people can throw like shells and stuff in there. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with them. I'm like, do I put sea glass in them? But I'm like, no, because people are just gonna throw.
I mean, if anything,
I
I
don't
would put
know.
like sand in them.
Well, maybe that's actually a good idea. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea.
As
Maybe
long
I'll
as they don't
do.
care.
Wait, no, you just inspired me. I know what I'll do with it. That's how I'll list our table. We're naming our tables after Back Bay streets.
Like
Because
what?
Boston is such a big part of our story.
Yeah.
So there'll be like Exeter and Dartmouth. So like each table is a different street. So yeah, maybe I'll just do stand and put like a stick so I can label the street sign. What I'm actually doing is I'm going to take photos of the street sign once it gets a little nicer and I'm going to print it out. So you're going to have a photo. Maybe they'll be sticking out of the buckets in the sand.
Yeah.
Like you're on Dartmouth. You're sitting at Dartmouth Street. Your table, you're on Exeter Street.
Yeah, because you're going to need to weigh down, especially with the October wind.
Yep.
You could weight it a little bit, put it on a stone.
I'm so scared for wind. Yeah.
And then just put a little sand around it to
I'm
cover
gonna
your
do.
mechanics.
They have the. Oh, I didn't realize Schmidt was sitting with us.
He was chilling. He was. Like,
he made an appearance. Oh, he's so good. I thought, sorry, buddy. He's literally he is the podcast mascot. But before it gets too far and we ramble too much too, I have to do my favorite segment, which is where I get to ask you, what are you focusing in on right now? And this gets to be anything you want. What are you focusing in on right now, Bridget?
I am focusing in on Sunshine Marketplace.
That's a good answer. Yes.
Kind of like building that brand.
Yeah.
We're going to be on DoorDash as well.
Oh, nice.
So that's going to be a fun thing. Kind of like creating fun, funky stuff that I can like send to people and not have to worry about delivering myself. But also like you can order.
Okay.
So kind of figuring out vases and creating stuff like that, creating all of our collections, branding, but I'm also focusing in on still having a healthy girl lifestyle while struggling.
As I'm about to take a sip of my coffee at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Girl, I got one too, but I got one with protein in it. I don't know if you've tried the Dunkin' protein lattes.
No. I'm not in on this. Funny, Milton's trying to get me on this game. He was
coffee?
Trying to get me on protein coffee hard the other morning. But again, I was not awake yet. So I said, Mr. Milton, I love you, but do not talk to me until it is 9 a.m. He goes, okay.
No, protein coffee as a gym girly.
That's
it's the only thing that's kind of like helped.
Are you doing it?
Get my protein intake up so I can build muscle.
I have such a hard time with it.
It's the worst.
So are you drinking it just like in your morning coffee?
Yeah, you can get like I've gotten we don't gatekeep here.
We don't gatekeep. Tell me as I write them down.
I don't know if you've ever been to Mary Lou's. Super South Shore.
Oh, reference. I love Mary Lou's.
What's your Mary Lou's order?
Honestly, I usually just get like a regular coffee though. But I just love when they actually the last time
you could be having a lot more fun with your coffee.
No, I know. I only just started coffee like 2 years ago.
Okay, fair.
So I'm like really don't know what I'm doing.
So
you can be having your
for you as a starter, I would do a vanilla protein in the coffee or a chocolate protein in the coffee. What I used to do, which I need to get back into, I gotta go to GNC and pick it up. Yeah. There's a thin mint Girl Scout cookie protein.
Okay.
And an Oreo. I have the Oreo right now. I'm finishing that up.
You have me, yeah.
Mixing that with like some protein milk too, the lactate protein milk.
Yeah. I'm like literally in the fridge. Yeah.
Yeah. And like pouring coffee on it.
Okay.
And like that's my morning.
And you're just drinking that in the morning. Okay.
Yeah. I've also been trying to do bone broth, but it's a little rough. I put tea bags in it. Still, it's a little hard. I love a coffee. You're
drinking bone broth in the morning like tea.
Yeah.
Do people do that? Am I doing it wrong?
No, people do that. It's a thing. I do it with like a lemon ginger and like a vitamin C tea bag in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I do half boiling water, half bone broth because bone broth also
there's so much. Yeah,
I'm following a trend.
I can see it, but that's okay.
I'm making it my own though because I'm adding the tea bags into it because they say the mixture of hot lemon water, ginger, bone broth, it's like a protein, vitamin C for first thing in the morning. It's supposed to kickstart your digestive system and immune system.
I like the trend. My focus is if someone's trying to be healthy, don't be an asshole to them and don't talk down to them. They're at least making an effort, and that's honestly probably better than most people.
It's a struggle.
And everyone starts somewhere, and we just get better. Like I remember when I first started in the gym, did not know what I was doing, did not know my ass or my elbow. I was doing probably some moves wrong. And you get better and you learn because you become more interested in it. So you do more research and things like that. So that being said, Get your bone broth, girl. Do your trend. Who cares? I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Are you doing mushroom coffee? I keep getting, my feed is bombarding me with the mushroom coffee, and I don't know if I should or if I want to.
I
Did you ever hear about
did.
this? You
I
tried it?
tried it.
What
I
did you
did it for
think?
a little bit. It was a little too high maintenance for me, but I
Hi.
also,
Oh, what do you mean?
because you have to like
I'm a
put it
low
in the
maintenance
coffee
girly.
and it's not protein, it's just like collagen and stuff like that, which is
Okay.
great for you. But I'm more of like, if I want more bang for my buck.
Hell, me
Like
too.
I
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to be
yeah.
able to get my protein, feel sustained,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like what goals you want to achieve with that.
Okay.
Um, it was good for mornings though.
Interesting. Because I don't know how, but it's in my algorithm and they are marketing to me hard.
I
Like
mean,
multiple times a day. I scroll and all I keep seeing, and I this is a specific one. I think they're pretty big, the one that keeps advertising to me. They're advertising to me, and again, maybe just because it's like algorithm and my phone listens and it knows, as like gut health
mhm.
more so.
Okay.
Is like a gut special thing because I am a bad gut health girly. I'm like, that's me.
No,
Tino's
I feel like you're an anxious girly, which makes sense because you hold your anxiety in your stomach.
Yes. Weirdly enough, I did hold my anxiety in my stomach for a really long time.
Uh-huh.
Ended up switching it. Now it's actually in my shoulders, and I've been trying to go, and they're even like, "What is wrong with you?" Like it's so bad. How
Oh,
bad the tension.
intense.
Now it switches to in my jaw. Also, I've grinded
You tighten up.
one molar down completely to it's flat.
You need to do
I used to
yoga.
be stomach girly though,
You
because
need to do yoga. It'll help you relieve the tension.
and fart probably. Is that the
Yeah.
tension?
Yes.
Is
Oh
the
my
tension
god.
farting? Because I could do
You
that
could sit in a child's pose
just for a
for
little bit.
like 3-4
That's what I do
minutes.
sometimes at the gym. That's my fate.
Yeah.
Well, not farting, but like I'm just in the gym ripping ass in Medford if you ever see me. No, but
No,
I'll
it's
just
so true. It's so true.
well, the
Have you ever?
stretching area is a scary place because it's a pretty big area at the gym that I go to, and there'll be a bunch of us and we're all in that pose. And like, someone goes it, and it's like that Spider-Man meme where we're all just like, who, like, we're all pointing at each other, like, who did it? Like,
Squat rack too.
always the squat. Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes I have to end my
Stairmaster.
session because I need to go to the
Pretty much
bathroom.
everywhere.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my god, I can't squat. I'm gonna like pee. Like I need a
That's the
break.
worst. You're like
I'm a
mid.
hydrated girly.
We don't know what that is. I would not know what hydration is if it hit me. As
That would probably also help your gut health because it'll help you flush everything
I hope
out.
you know, all I've had today was 1 Celsius, and then this.
Yes, but I also know your significant other, and I know he is the exact same way. So like, it's okay.
He I think it's given him more gray hair since I've been with him, the lack of water I drank. And it's such that stereotype. Like, he'll send me the memes and the reels where it's like the guy's like, I bet you have a headache because you didn't drink water today. Because, like, he knows that's me. He has tried everything he can. He's preached from the rooftops. He's tried slipping things. Like, I just cannot drink water. We've tried to go to the doctor about it. So he's just given up at this
You
point.
need an emotional support water bottle, but you
I
need to
think I
find the
do.
attachment to it.
So my thing I did notice is straws help. Like, I'm a straw girly. I
Okay.
drink more when I have a straw versus a regular thing. But no joke. This has been a problem for so long. I went to the doctor about it. The first doctor was a fucking quack. And I told him, and I said, I think I have like a throat muscle issue. Cause like it's the problem with swallowing. It's not the taste of water. Like, I won't drink anything all day. I don't feel thirsty. I don't think of thirst. I can't chug
It's an
well.
ADHD thing.
Yeah, but also like when I try to drink, I have like problems gulping and stuff too. So like I don't know what that is. So when I
Yeah.
brought it up to the doctor, he's like, "Did you drown as a kid?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, you probably drowned as a kid and you've got some like psycho block." And I was like, "I don't think that's the issue."
What kind of doctor is this? I'm like, was
Fucking
he a
crazy.
therapist?
He's the same doctor that when I fainted once from dehydration and
Mm-hmm.
went to the ER, and you know how they go like follow up with your doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I followed up with my doctor. He like read the labs and everything, and he looks at me and he goes, "Yeah, you're fine. Just eat some more chicken and drink water." Like, that was his like diagnosis that he wrote and I went home with on paper. And I was like, "Cool." That's New Hampshire doctors for you. they I
That's our difference. Your medical experience is with New Hampshire doctors, and
so
I'm
bad.
with
Mass.
Bostonian outside of the city doctors.
Light years different is just the 2 states. Even like non-city Massachusetts to New Hampshire is light years better.
I have had those issues in like women's health doctors because I had endometriosis surgery and like fighting for a diagnosis for all that kind of stuff. My best friend too,
yeah.
I found someone that I actually like felt heard with. Because like as a woman in healthcare, having to advocate for yourself,
so hard.
Crazy.
It's so hard. I know they won't listen to us.
No, it's wild.
No, because like I said, when I tell them that I can't swallow, they said you must have drowned as a kid, and I go yes, because that's the first logical thing that we would jump to. Not
I'm
like
over here. Like, do we have like tonsil issues? Is it like epiglottis?
What like, now, luckily coming to Massachusetts, switching all my doctors and everything, it hasn't been fully confirmed yet, but what they were able to re-find is that I am super, super badly asthmatic. I was as a kid and I didn't know this. I just had an inhaler and then I just didn't remember ever having an inhaler ever again. And I remember when I was like a teenager, I asked my mom once and she was like, oh, you grew out of it, the doctor said. And I remember I was on the high school varsity tennis team and we would do like drill sprints around the tennis courts to warm up. And like just even a couple of laps, I would have such a hard time breathing. So as a doctor, like now as an adult, I go to the doctor and the doctor's like, yeah, I don't know who told your mom asthma went away. Like there was a medical thing where they kind of thought that for a little bit, but now we know when you have asthma, it's lifelong.
Okay.
So now I'm on 2 inhalers. One I have to take, it's a cortisol steroid inhaler that I have to take every 4 hours.
Okay.
But they were saying that they actually think some of it might be from like the throat muscles and from the asthma.
Okay, hot take.
Yeah.
Do you drink hot or cold water?
I prefer actually room temperature.
Because the cold temperatures trigger an asthma attack.
Yeah, I hate cold fluids.
So I feel like that doesn't help you
either. Actually, but you know what's funny though? When I go to drink coffee, I'll only drink iced coffee. That's because I'm from New England.
No, that's fine. But it was like you could not.
Yeah, no. But no, I did. That actually makes sense.
Try less cold. Like, I mean, I know how everybody loves ice in there. I don't love an ice water. I love like a room temp.
I'm a room temp girly.
Little chilly.
Yeah.
But like
no,
not.
I like it's been in my car for 3 weeks in the summer. No, I'm just kidding. That plastic taste.
Oh my god, yeah. When the Poland Springs bottle, I can taste it.
I can taste it. I know. I'm like, oh, I can just taste it.
But yeah, try room temp because it could be because you were having an asthma attack. The cold water made it worse.
Probably.
So now your brain thinks that.
Yeah. So I just have throat problems.
Yeah.
In all the best ways. And cut. But on that note, I have taken up so much of your time and it is starting to snow more. So I want to make sure that you don't have to drive home in 3 feet of snow. Because for those watching that, we were supposed to get not even a dusting, they said it was mostly supposed to rain, maybe up to a dusting up to an inch at most. And it is like heavy ass big flakes. You can probably see it on camera a little bit.
It's great lighting though.
Honestly, I know. I'm like, thank you. But this is amazing. So usually at the end, you said it, but let's say it again. I usually always ask, where can people find you if they want to get more of Bridget and what Bridget's doing? Where can the peeps find you?
Sunshine Marketplace social media, BMW FLORALDES on Instagram. It's my initials, floral design, because I thought it was cute, but now I have to spell it out for everyone because they're like floral des, like what? Yeah, I will be accepting weddings if you want to do something fun and funky. I'm here for my funky brides. I'm here for my brides on a budget. I'm here for my community space of I just want to have a design or a plant party with my friends. Yeah. But yeah,
and you'll probably be back here soon. We've talked about, we're going to get an update from Bridget. Bridget will be coming back at one point, and I want you back on the pod, and I want to hear let's get you through like.
No, I'm here for it. Yeah, I'm like, you're following my journey.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, I want to see like what you do through like spring and fall, and then like call you up and be like, how we doing, girl? Are you alive over there? How you doing?
No, literally, you need to check on me after Mother's Day. Mother's Day's biggest floral.
That's their Super
holiday.
Bowl.
Yeah.
Would you say, okay, one last question because I'm curious. Which one do you think is bigger, Mother's Day or Valentine's for florals?
Okay, Mother's Day. Everyone has a mother. Not everyone has a mom. What? Valentine's Day. What?
I know what you meant though, but I was so with it. I was like, yeah.
Everyone has a Valentine's. Well, people also don't have mothers, rest in peace. But you have a mother figure.
Let's leave it.
And you can get your mother figure flowers as
Everyone has a mother, not everyone has a mom. But honestly, everyone has a dad. Everyone has a daddy, not everyone has a dad.
Also, let's normalize buying your dad's flowers on Father's Day.
I like that.
Get him something fun.
You know
You
what?
get mom flowers.
You're right. I'm gonna buy some for my dad this year because
I
he could
got you.
actually use something lively in his condo.
And you
He's
can
like,
DoorDash them from Sunshine Marketplace.
perfect. We love a DoorDash.
But yeah, so you will catch me there.
Yeah.
Not everyone has a mother. Not everyone has a Valentine.
I want the other one on a t-shirt.
That's gonna be your first merch.
Mother, because I have a mother, but I don't have a mom. So I'm like, that's literally my life. I love it. Oh, that just hit me in all the feels. That was great. But yeah, so you can find Bridget all the places she listed and more. But thank you everyone for listening to another episode. This was a good silly one. You'll be seeing more of Bridget and me. But bye.
Bye.
We did it. That wasn't